Greetings and welcome to the Open-Minded Skeptic podcast. My name is Sharon Ann Rowland and I'm your host. On the podcast today, our Spiritual Quandaries panel will be discussing capital punishment. This used to be a universal practice in the world and used against individuals who have committed serious crimes. However, in recent decades, almost all democracies in the world have abandoned the death penalty. The US, Japan and South Korea are the only exceptions. Of course, many dictatorships and theocracies in the world retain the death penalty as a terror weapon against their own people.
So let's kick it off. Karen, again, let's kick off with Karen. Is it time, Karen, for governments worldwide to take a stronger stand against murderers, rapists and pedophiles?
Whoa.
Show me your spiritual side.
I personally don't believe in the death penalty.
Completely fine. Whatever you believe.
However...
Oh, okay. There is an exception to the rule.
No. I believe that the only thing to deter these crimes is to make the punishment very harsh. And I mean, I actually believe in a system that where these offenders could work in a system to give back to society. But anyway, that's a whole other subject. But no, I don't believe in it, and I think make them more, make it stronger.
So we do want stronger deterrent, but maybe not the death penalty.
I don't believe in the death penalty.
Okay. How about yourself, Sheila? Is it time for governments worldwide to take a stronger stand against murderers, rapists and pedophiles?
Well, I'm with Karen. I do not believe in the death penalty either. But I also question, what do you do with these people? Do you, as Karen was saying, yes, there should be a process of them giving back. Because once you incarcerate someone, then society's got to keep them fed and housed and taken care of for the rest of their life. Quite often in a much, restricted movement, obviously, but in much better conditions as far as clothing and medical and food than people necessarily may have on the outside. So it's a bit of a catch-22, really.
Yes. How about you, Shakina? What do you think? Is it time for governments worldwide to take a stronger stand?
Well, the reason for the woohoo, because it's such a juicy topic. I mean, this topic for me has come up several times over, the dinner party or whatever. And it's one of those questions where you never find the answer. Some people will say yes and some people will say no. And what I put forward is, okay, if we went down that path where we did have capital punishment, what happens when a certain person has been framed or there's insignificant evidence and this person has been killed, and then it comes out later that they actually got the wrong person? So with this kind of information, I couldn't vote totally yes for it because, and besides, I don't think killing people is the answer. I think re-educating would be a better system where perhaps whether that works or not, I don't know. But, for example, if someone was to rape a person, normally the system doesn't get to hear, or the perpetrator doesn't get to hear the victim's story, how it made them feel and what it did to their family and their life. So I think it would be good that the perpetrators got to hear that. It's not about making them feel guilty, it's about making the perpetrator feel like they've created so much disharmony in other people's lives, you know, maybe it would help as a bit of a wake-up call for them. I don't know, but I think it's important that the victim's family get to speak up and put their points forward.
Yeah, I agree. So I think we're all agreed then, although I'm not agreeing with you.
And that's okay.
And that's because my spiritual curve is, I'm still down in the bottom of the curve and working my way up. But I personally think there are certain individuals that just shouldn't walk the earth once they've taken a life. I'm actually very much in line with the Muslim countries of the world. That they're eye for the eye. I think personally that I think if you take somebody's life, you shouldn't have a life. And I agree with, I think it was Sheila was saying earlier, how comfortable they live in certain Western jails and situations. Or was that you, Shakina? I can't remember. One of you made the comment. I do have a suggestion that isn't the death penalty, which I'll discuss when we get down to that question. So, okay, Sheila, do two wrongs make a right?
No.
So basically I'm saying if somebody, what I'm saying is in the scenario there, if somebody kills somebody because they raped their daughter, do two wrongs make a right?
Still no. I can understand how someone would feel that way, having been there, done that. And probably
Well, that's all for our podcast. Thanks for listening, and remember, if you want to support what we do, then share, subscribe, and leave a positive review over on iTunes for the Open-Minded Skeptic. My team and I look forward to entertaining you once again in our next podcast. To check when our next podcast is, simply head over to www.tomspod.com. That's www.tomspod.com.